Hey guys, how's it going? It is such a gorgeous morning out. I'm out super early in the morning to get a few things done. I've got a busy day today. It's just gonna be a good day. I got a lot of stuff to do and I'm really excited about it. I am going to be working on this bed right here behind me, the espalier bed, and we're gonna get some annuals planted in there, do a little bit of cleanup, and I'll talk about some plants I'm really excited about to show you guys. And we're gonna make this bed look somewhat decent because it is a hot mess right now. And then after this, I'm gonna be filming a garden tour, and I am really excited about this garden tour. Brent and I have been working really hard to get everything cleaned up. There was a lot of stuff that we neglected, and so we're gonna film 2 garden tours today because today is a beautiful, like, overcast day. That's my favorite. But we're gonna film 2 garden tours so that way you can choose which perspective you want to see it from. We're gonna film one where Brent is gonna follow me around with the camera, and then we're gonna film one where I'm holding the camera and I'm gonna take you guys through a tour of the garden. Because I know that there's people that like both, or they prefer one over the other, and so I want to make sure that people get to see a garden tour the way that they want to see it. So that is my plan for today, is to film both of those. Both of those garden tours will be up the exact same day. I'm not sure what day they're going to be up though, because that's going to be a lot of editing. 2 garden tours to go live in one day is a lot. It's a lot of footage, but it'll be so worth it because I think that way people can really get what they want to see. So let me turn the camera around to show you guys this bed because she needs some help. It's bad. And then I will take you up front and show you guys what plants I want to work with. So this is the apple espalier bed, and it needs some help. It's not great. There's a tuft of grass growing in this bed that shouldn't be there. And we have daffodils that didn't do anything this year. I have some random oxalis coming. That needs to get pulled. I think I want to put the creeping Jenny back in check a little bit, so we'll pull some of it. I've got a dahlia right there that's been totally destroyed by slugs already. They do so terrible here with slug damage. So this is just gonna get pulled. It's not even worth it to me. I'm gonna pull my daffodils. I'm gonna start fresh next year with new ones. For the last 2 years, I keep getting hit with bud blast, which is, it starts to produce its flowers, and then we get weird temperature and they don't perform well. The only ones that ever perform well are the ones that go in same year. So I think I'm just gonna start treating them as an annual. It's not worth it to me anymore. 2 years of just all of this foliar growth and waiting till it dies back to not get any blooms is really frustrating. So I'm gonna pull all of these and I'm gonna pull those. I've got a random lily. Oh, I wanna pull it so badly because it's just one of them, but it's really pretty. It's like a black one, but it needs to go. So I'm gonna pull that. And then I'm gonna pull some of the oxalis, get the weeds that are showing up right here. Don't love that. And then I think I'm gonna try to move the chokeberry. I was waiting till it was done blooming and until it was pollinated, and I can see that the berries have been pollinated. They're nice and plump, which means I'm gonna get really pretty berries this year, which is exciting. And while it's still not too hot, we're still not over 100 degrees, I'm gonna move it so that way it can go through a slight shock and not be too traumatized by me. And then I have this azalea over here, and this is gonna stay, but I am gonna trim it back a little bit. It's done flowering now, and so now is a perfect time to trim it back. I've got this one rogue branch right here. It's the weirdest thing how long it is, so I'm gonna cut that back so that way this thing stays in a little bit of check, but then I'm gonna just let it kind of grow, and hopefully it all grows normally and not just like throws out one random shoot. But the flowers on it were so pretty. I mean, it's almost done. The color was amazing. This is the golden flare azalea. It's from Monrovia. I planted this one like 2 years ago, and the flowers on it were absolutely stunning. And then I've got like a dead rose in here. Like, this shouldn't even be in here anymore. She died. She's dead. She's crispy. So that'll get pulled also. So little rework on this portion of the bed, probably up to where this bulge weed is, and then we're gonna get it planted underneath. So let's head up front and I will show you guys what I want to get planted because I'm excited to get them in the ground. And of course, we have Freya following us. Hey, stay inside the gate, please. Thank you. I'm gonna close this. And no, we haven't made any more progress on this. So when you see the garden tour, you're not going to stare at this at all. You're just going to pretend it's all sanded and all smooth and all the same color. So right here, I have an entire flat. I have 8 of them, of the SuperCal pink Petchoas. They were $7.48. I picked them up from Lowe's. I am so excited to get these planted. Look at how pretty these are. I love the veining in the throat, how it's dark and then it's light. I think it's so pretty. And this pink color is so cute. Pink is one of my favorite colors in the garden, so I'm really excited to add these into the garden, into that spot. I think it's going to be a huge pop of color, and it's going to be so pretty. These are a mix between calibrachoas and petunias, and they take some of the features of both. What I like about these is if you've ever grown petunias, you know how sticky they are. These are not sticky at all. There's no stick to them. Your fingers won't get, I always equated it to like sticking your fingers in like sugar water, and then your hands are sticky after touching normal petunias, especially the like 6-pack varieties that are just the like super cheap petunias. Your hands are always so sticky after. These have no stick to them. They take that from the calibrachoas, and then they have the like smaller flowers, but they have the vigor of petunias to grow a ton of flowers. This just finished flushing a bloom. It was so pretty when it was all sitting here. I should have done this a while ago, but it has a ton more flowers coming. I mean, you can see this one's about to open. So this should just be a massive pink. These get about 36 inches wide and 18 inches tall. So really good size. I mean 3 feet. That's a big petunia. So we're not mad at that at all. So I'm gonna space them so they get closer than that, because I want this to just be like a carpet of pink petunias. So let's take these back because I wanna get these planted, and I'm really excited about that. So these are just an annual, but on the tag it does say hardy down to 32 degrees. So if you're in warmer zones like I am, they will probably winter over for you, especially if you have a night that's like close to 32 degrees and you go and cover them with some frost cloth, which I've done in the past with other petunias, and had no problem wintering them over. This year, I think we had one day that hit 32 degrees, and I have plants that totally survived that shouldn't have. So I'm not worried about these. So they should winter over for us. And I think it's gonna be so pretty right here. Look at that. That's gonna be so gorgeous. So let's space these out. I do wanna say that these are like a pollinator attractant. So these are supposed to be really good. If you wanna add a ton of pollinators to your garden, they're supposed to just go absolutely crazy for these. So check out Lowe's. Let's get this area cleaned up now because I got a little bit of work to do. Have a bunch of this oxalis in my garden, and if you're wondering how it grows, they grow by these little rhizomes right here. So I could take this and I could plant just this piece. I could break it off, even just that right there, and I could go plant that in the garden without any of its foliar growth, and this would become a ton of new plants. They just continue to grow and divide. Even just this little piece right there will turn into a new plant. They grow really, really well here. Shade-loving plant. Probably best to keep it in a container though, not so much in the ground. Well, I think this chokeberry is gonna look really nice right here. It gets really pretty fall color and some fall berries. It's become one of my favorites. And once we get the fence finished, this all has to come down. I mean, you can see like this, the boards are literally breaking. This fence is super old, so I'm hoping in the next month we get this fully replaced and it's just gonna shine right there. It's gonna be so pretty. I've got some Japanese anemones and then a hydrangea right there, so it fills this hole in really, really nicely. And then behind it, I've got a bench that we keep a bird feeder on, and it might make it a little more annoying to restock, but I think it's totally fine. And then this area is nice and cleaned up now. It's so great to not see it with all the weeds and without the daffodil foliar growth. And I trimmed this back quite a bit. I mean, it was coming out to about here, so cut that back. It grows really fast, and I know some people say it's invasive or whatever. It's really easy to keep in check. I'm sure I'll have little bits and pieces popping up that I forgot to grab some of the roots, that I didn't grab some of the roots on, and it'll be fine. I'll be able to easily pull that. I just think it looks so much better now. And now we're gonna get the SuperCal planted, and I'm just gonna fill in this entire area and just kind of spread them out. And then this will just be like a sea of pink. It's gonna be so pretty on the black fence. Here it is. It looks so good. I cannot wait to have this fill in. It's gonna be stunning. It's just a mass sea of pink. It's gonna be so pretty. I can't wait. It's gonna be hot here pretty soon, so by then it should just take off. I am gonna go in with some slug and bug from Bonide really quick, just because we get pincher bugs and we get slugs and snails really bad in our garden. So I'm gonna be on top of that, and I'm gonna sprinkle a little bit just at the base of each plant. This is what the stuff looks like. It was like 40 bucks. You can buy a smaller bottle of it. I just buy it in bulk because I go through so much of it. It kills slugs, snails, earwigs, cutworms, a whole bunch of other things. And I always get it a little bit wet after I pour it down there. The dogs tend to leave it all alone. I just got really scared because I saw something moving. He can stay. But this is what we're gonna use. I'm gonna sprinkle this. The dogs tend to leave it alone. My dogs don't bother it. It's for organic gardening, so it really shouldn't be a problem. If your dogs do eat things in the garden, I would probably just not do it. The active ingredient is iron phosphate and spinosad, which is gonna kill all the things I don't want in my garden. So let's sprinkle this on there because I don't want to lose these to slugs and bugs. I'm gonna have to relocate this bee though. But I think he's trying to take a little nap. No, he's cleaning himself. I really don't want to get stung, but I need both hands. All right, you guys, that is gonna be it for this video. It was such a lovely day. It got a little bit it was nice to have the light jacket, but it got a little bit warm, still a slight breeze. Haven't had one of those days all spring. It's either been raining and really cold, or it's been like 80 degrees. So today's like a 60-degree day, and it is so nice. So I'm gonna go inside. There's a hummingbird. Oh, it flew away. So I'm gonna go inside and just relax for the day and get cleaned up and then come back out in a little bit and film a garden tour for you guys to see. I cannot wait to see these fill in. It's gonna be so pretty. This bed is gonna be so stunning this year. So I hope that you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye guys.